we had a traditional director of photography, but he was remote and he was helping to, light and set the camera angles through Zoom and guiding us. But, he would tell Natalie and I where we should put the light. So Natalie and I learned how to become good gaffers for him and light ourselves. And
Hi, Natalie. Nice to see you again.
Hi, you too. How are you, Jana?
Good. Hi, Mark. Nice to meet
Jana.
you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, thank you so much for your time. It's a pleasure to talk to you both. And now we're going to be talking about language lessons, which I mentioned when I interviewed Natalie for Plan B, that I was very excited about this movie. So
thank you.
Yes, of course. And then let's start from the beginning. How this idea came from? Mark.
It was born in out of boredom for me in the middle of the quarantine, or I should say the first 2 months of the quarantine last year, where I was really feeling a little creatively frustrated, and looking to connect with people beyond just my wife and my 2 daughters in my home, and make some art, because I'm kind of a workaholic. And what happened was I was taking online Spanish courses to brush up on my Spanish. And as I was doing conversational lessons with my teacher, I realized that neither of us were very good at small talk. So we started to, as they say, go deep very quickly. And I thought, well, that's interesting that this sort of, 2-dimensional video chat format is actually facilitating connection as opposed to inhibiting it. So I thought, well, could there be a movie, about a Spanish teacher and a student connecting across, time zones and classes and whatnot. And so with nothing more than that, I called Natalie, who I knew had just, had her movie shut down, Plan B, which I felt really bad for her about, but of course I'm an opportunist. And I was like, hey, would you be interested in maybe, trying to create something together?
Yeah, no, it's amazing. I love that. I love the way that you guys did. And also, you never mentioned was made during the pandemic, but COVID was never mentioned. I think that's amazing the way that you did it. Why did you decide not mention like the pandemic in the middle of the movie?
We shot the last scene of the movie first, and in that scene we definitely, oh my God, I love that water bottle.
Yeah.
Yep.
Incredible.
Yep. My daughters decorate everything.
So we shot the last scene of the movie first, and without giving anything away, that's one scene where we needed to make the decision whether or not we wanted to show people wearing masks or mention it at all, or anything like that. And we thought about it. We really did think about it, because we didn't know where the world would be, and we didn't know if it would be unbelievable, and we didn't know if we wanted to reflect that, and we also didn't want to appear unsafe or something. And then I think I don't even think we shot that version. I think we very quickly were like, no, I don't want to hear about it now. What makes me want to think I want to hear about it a year from now? I don't. Let's not make it about that at all. And then we stuck with that.
Yeah, I love it, because that shows that we can have a conversation with someone on the other side of the world without talking about COVID, right?
Right, so, and it also makes the movie a little bit more evergreen. Hopefully, COVID ends very soon, so and we don't have to think about it on an everyday basis ever again. I mean, now I watch old movies and I'm like, that person's getting on a bus without a mask. They're going to a party without a mask, and like my brain thinks about it all the time, and I want to like not be thinking about it all the time. So
yeah. Also, I wanna like this. I like the idea to have this platonic love instead of like being a romance or like rom-com. And why did you decide to go in that route?
We did decide early on that their relationship should be platonic, and we liked that idea. And I think that we hadn't anticipated how much it would resonate with people, because as we've shown this film to audiences, they really have put a mirror back up to us and said, we really appreciate that, you gave us a love story that was just platonic. I think that Natalie and I happen to have a lot of loving friendships in our life. Natalie and I are in a loving friendship, and we appreciate the complexity of those relationships and how they are just as difficult to navigate, and in some ways maybe more so, because there aren't as many clearly delineated steps as to how to navigate them. So that felt exciting to us, but we can't take credit for how fresh it turned out being on audiences, because that was a surprise to us.
And aside from that, you guys also touching a little topics like the privilege, the white privilege, all these and I made a note of some stuff here, like being a gay, living abroad, all these little topics. And what was important for you to, you can answer that, Natalie, to have those topics in the movie?
I mean, I think, specifically the talking about the white savior complex thing was important for me to put in the movie, because I'd never seen anybody say it in a movie, and I've never seen anybody actually call somebody out about it, and I thought that was cool to do. I was like, I just want to talk about it in a movie, because obviously, even though I don't necessarily believe that was what Adam's intention was, nor is that what he was trying to do, or what he was feeling. I don't even think that his motivation was guilt related as much as it was care related, right? But it was a way to highlight that general subject in cinema and in media and in real life, as much as it was on a character and story basis, to have Cariño have a reason to push this person away. And I thought there's a way we can do both things. There's a way we can talk about how real this is, and also have this character use it as an excuse and it not be real. And I thought, whenever you can do that in any kind of story, it's really fun to play with the duality of a real truth, and I liked that element of it. And it was just, I think it was, in general, the differences between two people and all of the surface things that might make you think that they wouldn't be friends or wouldn't get along or wouldn't understand each other, can sort of fall away after a while, because I think Zoom and any kind of thing like this is a very visual thing. You see my background and you make a judgment about how I live, same as Mark, and once you learn a little bit more, those things can start to fall away. And that was also really interesting to both of us.
Yeah. Talking about Zoom, you guys use a lot of computer, phones, because from my point of view, I don't think there is a huge crew over there. So
No, I mean, right now
right?
it's just me. It's just me and my dog barking in the other room. But
in the film itself, we kind of designed our own way of making this film. People hadn't made a lot of these. We were kind of 6 weeks into the pandemic when we conceived of this, and so we had a traditional director of photography, but he was remote and he was helping to light and set the camera angles through Zoom and guiding us. But he would tell Natalie and I where we should put the light. So Natalie and I learned how to become good gaffers for him and light ourselves. And Natalie did all of her own hair and makeup, needless to say. And we would put the mics on ourselves. So it was really fun for us to kind of get down to the nitty gritty and kind of do that renegade production.
Yeah. Amazing. So I just want to thank you so much for your time, Mark and Natalie, and a lot of success. And I hope everybody loved the movie like I did. I think it was great. Muchas gracias. Muchas gracias. Muito obrigada.
Bye. Thank you.
Ciao, ciao.
If you like this video, don't forget to comment, to like, and subscribe to our channel right here.